If you're looking to supercharge your app development and break into the commercial and industrial app space with seamless barcode scanning on ZEBRA devices, then you're in the right place. Today, we're diving into the ZEBRA widget, showing you how to build a fully functional barcode scanning app in just minutes using Framework Markup Language. Let's get started. Before we dive in, don't forget to hit that subscribe button or check out our Discord to chat directly with the developers and the users of Framework Markup Language, so you never miss out on our latest app building tips and tricks. First up, you'll need a few essentials. A working copy of Framework Markup Language installed on your file server, and the Framework Markup Language app installed on your ZEBRA device. You can easily grab our version from the Google Play Store, or for those who like a more custom approach, compile your own using the source code on our GitHub. Next, let's connect to our endpoint and set up the main app template. You can see here we've named the main template zebrademo.xml in all caps. You can see we use the home page value in our config.xml to set the main template. And this is going to be resources.zebrademo.xml. This can be whatever the file path to your first template is on your file server where the config is found. Remember, the config is always installed in the root directory. And now we go into our app, and we're going to get an error because there's nothing in this template. So let's start with the UI. The base of every template is the FML tags. We're going to add those tags and open it up. Now, this is going to allow us to render the first page. Now, let's give it a theme. We're going to use the onStart event, and we're going to set the theme to dark. Let's start off by creating a box to hold everything in. Let's give it some horizontal and vertical padding for the contents of the box. Let's use a text widget. We can shorten this to TXT. Let's give that widget a value. Now we need a place for the barcode, which is going to be an input. And in that input, let's give it an ID so we can reference it, a radius so that it has nice rounded borders, a hint, and let's say that hint is barcode, a blank value as we're going to set this value using the ZEBRA scanner, and a margin of 10 to space it nicely from the text. Let's go back into our Let's view, and remember this is a live app, so we go back in and we can see the theme changes nicely. We get our text and we get our barcode. Now, in the future, we're going to want to send this barcode somewhere. So let's add a button. We're going to use BTN, which is the short form. You can also use the full word button. And we're going to keep this tag closed as the button is not a custom button. We're just going to use a default one. So let's use a button of type elevated. Let's give it a label of send code. And let's give it an onClick event. And onClick we're going to leave blank for now, but if you don't include onClick, the button is not interactable. This onClick event will eventually call our post widget. Now, final thing we want to do is disable the button if there's no barcode in here. So how are we going to do that? We're going to use an evaluation, which is started with an equals sign on the enabled Boolean. And then we're going to use the ID binding barcode field. So we're going to say equals barcode field. So this will say equals the value because of the squiggly brackets of barcode field. And then we're going to say not null or empty, which is one of the evals you can use in Framework Markup Language. Now with that, that means enabled when barcode field is not null or empty will be true. We're going to go back and forth. And there we go. You see we have a disabled button and we have the word barcode above it. Let's type into here. And when it debounces, the button is now enabled. And let's just say we want this a little bit wider as it doesn't take up the whole field. So we're going to go width and let's say 100%, which means the width will be 100% of the available space of the widget. And there we go. Our width is 100% of the available space. There are going to be two widgets in this that we need for it to function as a fully integrated application with the ZEBRA device. One of them is the ZEBRA Bridge widget, and the other one is going to be the Post widget. The Post widget we're going to open up, and the Bridge widget we're going to leave closed. Let's give this an ID of ZEB1, give it a mode of barcode, and this isn't necessary if you're not going to use ZEBRA devices that have barcode and RFID capabilities, or if you only want to use the barcode capability on your ZEBRA device. And let's give it an onSuccess. The onSuccess event is going to allow us to do an action once this barcode read succeeds. You can read more into the ZEBRA barcode widget on our documentation on our wiki. On success, what we're going to do is we're going to set this field to the data value of the barcode. Now, if we look at the ZEBRA widget, it inherits from Datasource. So all of our data source data is called using id.data. We can see here we have the mode attribute, multiple properties that can be bound to, events that can be called on the ZEBRA barcode, and then your bindables. As you can see, these bindables will come back in the data packet using data. You'll get the event source, the barcode, the scene, date and time the barcode was read, and the format of the code. For our purposes, we're only going to use the barcode. When the success happens and the barcode is read by the ZEBRA device, we're going to call barcode field, which is the ID of the input, .set, which will set the value of the input, and we're going to set it to this, referring to ZEB1. You can also refer to it as ZEB1.data.barcode. That's all you need to connect a ZEBRA device to your application. Now, as you can see in the ZEBRA, we go into test, we hit the scan button, and immediately our barcode field is populated. Now for the final part, which is connecting the ZEBRA barcode reader into the post API. So let's give the post an ID, and let's call this post1. Let's say on success, and on success we're going to toast the user, and then we're going to clear the barcode field, adding a semicolon as a separator, barcode field dot set, and we're just going to set it blank. If you'd like to notify the user of a fail, we're going to say on fail, and we're going to toast the user again, and then we're going to bind to one of the bindable properties of the post widget, which is post1.statusMessage. We need a URL, and for our purposes, we're just going to use a URL that doesn't work, but this will be the absolute or relative URL to your REST API. So we're going to call, and then we need to add a body. So we're going to add the body tags, and in that body, we're going to use CData to make sure that all of the data is correct and as a string. And we're going to define our data structure. In this case, it's going to be data, barcode, and within that barcode, we're going to bind to the value of the input, which is barcode field. Finally, to fire this post broker, we're going to come down to the onClick, call post1.start, and there you have it. Now we go back into our Let's view, come in and out of the application page. This can be any page. It doesn't have to be the whole application. Scan and send code. And you can see it's toasting us due to an error. And that's it. Now you're set to scan barcodes like a pro using any ZEBRA device and their powerful laser scanners. Whether you're building apps for inventory management, retail, or any industry that relies on barcodes, this widget makes it fast, easy, and reliable using Framework Markup Language. Remember, if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe for more awesome tutorials. Let us know in the comments if you have any questions or want to see more ZEBRA tips and tricks. Stay tuned for our ZEBRA RFID video and more videos covering Framework Markup Language widgets.